a Zoom call. Green screen the back wall. Your dodo code is...
Okay, what's up guys? My name is Stevie. I'm the vocalist of Nobody. And we've got Hudson. He plays bass for Nobody as well. And we're super excited to let you in on Nobody Interviews the Scene. It's a new series during lockdown and quarantine. Everybody's just at home, not doing much. So we thought we'd do this. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. We've got Sohail Nawaz Khan
Woo!
with us here.
Yo!
Sohail is a designer and yeah, he does all sorts of cool shit. So, what's up, Sohail?
What's up?
Sohail, how are we doing?
What's up? Great, how are you?
Yeah, we are doing good.
Good.
Let's, yeah. So before we start the interview, let's get this out of the way. Dude, Sohail, do you have your citizenship papers on you right now?
No, I don't have.
Wait, don't answer. Anything you say will be used against you in court.
So, this whole quarantine lockdown situation has all put us in some sort of a situation. So, and this has affected a lot of people. How has this lockdown affected you personally?
Personally, I don't think there's any change because I just moved to Hyderabad, and it's a change in a good way because I get to spend more time with my family, and my brothers are home, my dad is home.
Okay.
And there's less traffic, less disturbance, so it's a good change. Writing a lot of music these days, trying new things in design, like graphic design in terms of motion designing, creating textures and stuff.
Okay. All right. So, how do you think the lockdown has affected you professionally?
Professionally, it's like I can't predict anything. I don't even know what's going to happen because the industry I'm a part of, both the F&B and the service industry, which is your entertainment industry, both took a huge hit. And there are no shows until at least November. So, which means 50% of my work is lost. All my friends who are into the F&B industry, in the interior design industry, they don't know what to do. They're just working for free right now because they don't want to lose their jobs. And it's a fresh start. And the good part is it's a start with a clean slate, and you don't have to worry about the cleaning part. It's already clean. Like everyone is on the same level right now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to experiment how to move forward. There's no proper solution right now. No one has money. So let's see.
So you're saying like the scope for artists after the lockdown is going to be, huge. There's going to be a lot of opportunities.
Not just artists, for everyone. Because, like I said, everyone is starting fresh right now. There's no proper written solution. So it's the market is going to be like before pandemic and post pandemic. So it's totally different. You can't follow the same set of rules before and after. We'll have to adapt. Everything is going to change from your scheduling to your payments and like that. It'll take a while for us to adapt it because it's a new normal for us, but eventually we will.
Yeah, so we know that you were based out of Chennai up until a few months ago. Let's say, and you've worked with a lot of artists as well in and around the country. And which ones do you like working on more in general, gig posters or would it be album artwork?
I personally like both, but if I had a option of choosing either of them, I think I'll go with tour posters because it has more emotional value to it. I mean, other advantage is whenever I make a tour poster, I can get to meet the artist, which is not the case with your album artwork. And it's basically like, gig posters, even it's going to be active only for a month or two until the tour is over. But then the value it adds to the person, to the market, or to the promoter, it's a lot more than your album artwork. Because album artwork is going to be personal only to me and the band. But the tour poster is going to be personal to all the people who are buying tickets.
Involved in it.
And tour poster, it's basically not just a image on your screen or your phone, because it has to convince people to spend 700 or 1,500 or whatever. So it has more value to it.
Okay, makes sense.
Then also we can. It's a huge. If I want to reach out to the artists I adore, or I've been listening for the past years, it's easier to get in touch if I do the tour poster. For example,
Yeah.
I can't work with John on their art, so your album artwork, but it's quite easier for me to do that tour poster, which is a win for me.
True. Okay.
I remember Chan posted your poster, the Mango Bite poster. They posted it for a day, and the next day when I went, it wasn't there.
Yeah, because there's something called band's branding, and the branding they have is very minimal, and they follow. There is one condition in their posters which we came to know later is that they use animals, they use leaves, and we weren't aware. And all the bands, what they do is to maintain their own brand language and brand strategy. They always work with one particular design, so that all the designs should look similar.
Yeah.
So that was the case. Otherwise, I think they love the poster, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love the poster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching Chan live,
All right,
that was also great.
Oh shit, that's the best experience.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
Steve, were you there? Were you there then?
No, I wasn't.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
I was there. I was not here. I wasn't. Yeah, I was not there. I was there the week
Hudson
before.
was there.
I remember at the end of the concert, Sohail was like, dude, I'm gonna go hang out with Mario. I was like, holy shit, what are you saying?
I didn't say hang out, but yeah. They were quite sick. They were super sick that day, and they had to cancel the entire tour after that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Speaking of gigs, so here we've been to both of us. We've been to a lot of gigs together as well. So speaking of gigs, what are
one of my first gigs? One of my first gigs I've attended was, I think, your gig at Hablis, Moon and Sixpence. Remember
Sandwich Steve?
the gig which got? Huh? Yeah, the one after
Sandwich
that.
Steve.
Oh,
the one after. It was the week after.
Junkyard Group.
Yeah. I remember that.
I think that was the third gig I've been to. So yeah.
GG. Shout out Moon and Sixpence. Y'all still suck.
Hashtag Sandwich Steve.
Yeah.
You're asking something, right? The first time when Pliny toured India, David Maxim's set was the best so far because multiple reasons. First thing is he played the songs which he's never played before anywhere in the world, even till now. There are songs like Bailo and stuff he'll never play live, and that day he did, and he sounded 10,000 times better than Pliny, honestly.
Oh,
like the production, the stage presence.
Guys, heard it here first.
One is done. Next one, I think. So last year, I think in November or December sometime, I went to Bombay. There was this metal festival called Scarfest, featuring Zignima, Gutslit, Primitive. There was Pacifist, and there was one more band from Bombay called, I think, Lightyear Experiment or something like that. And I think that's the best DIY festival I've ever been to. And all these 5 bands were, like hardcore, proper Bombay-based metal bands, and the level of energy, man. Like I think about 700 people attended that day.
Okay.
People didn't have space. They were waiting
outside
the venue to get in. Hey, dude, we are from Chennai. We used to people
40.
50 people, 40, and
what are you saying? 50 and all? 40 is nice.
Imagine Brutal Carnage Edition 20 at GST1.
I'm not talking.
I don't know what you're saying.
I know you're watching this.
It was worth it. It was damn cool. I met to meet all these people from Digitas Gupta, who's been, I think he's the bassist. He's quite famous in the scene. I met him. I met the Gutslit drum, the bassist, and I was doing that merch basically there. I was handling the entire festival's merch. There's only 2. Third one is Modern Day Babylon.
There's only 2.
Modern Day Babylon.
Okay.
Modern Day Babylon.
Oh, okay.
Because
you did art for them as well, right?
Yeah, I think that was the what do you call it? The breaker, the key maker. What is it? The turning point.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a turning point. The particular poster was like a turning point because that's when people started recognizing, and people they were talking more about the poster than the band.
Oh, see.
They announced, and they wanted to know who did the poster. And I mean, I'm not talking against the band, but you know what I mean. And I love this particular tour because first thing, it's because it's modern day Babylon, and they're not very huge in India, but they still made it, and it's a huge thing for someone to take a risk. Shout out to Bluetooth. And it was a huge success. And the band who opened for Modern Day Babylon was Project Mishram, and fuck, dude, they are like the Tesseract.
Yeah,
They're
those
like
guys are really
insane.
Oh, scenes.
And
Yeah.
they are so underrated. They are too underrated. They're damn creative. They're super young, crazy, and then
They got
music
to
was
play
insane.
at
UK Tech Fest. I think.
UK Tech Fest.
Then, then when I was in college, when I was young. I mean, I'm still young, but when I was younger, I went to this gig in Bangalore. Dayaki, Tales on Fire, and God is Gagged.
Yeah.
I went to that gig because of God is Gagged. I wanted to see. Dude,
Wait, Tales on Fire still play?
So that was my first gig outside Chennai, and for me to drive all the way there and then witness the gig, I didn't take shower, I didn't eat anything, so it was like an experience, like a proper punk scene.
Yeah.
And the last gig, I think, I don't know, man, maybe the Haiku Orchid and Trash Talk gig at Indigo. I think the venue is called Indigo.
Yeah, Indigo XP.
I don't know why. Indigo XP, yeah. I mean, that's special because I always wanted to see some good math rock bands from India, and I've been listening to Haiku for a while. I wanted to watch them, and I got to see them in Bangalore. And I was also allowed to have my own merch stall there. So.
Hey.
What's
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Go on, introduce the special guest.
Okay, yeah. So guys, Giuseppe, he's a guitarist. He's a mix engineer. He's a producer,
Giuseppe?
and he just joined this band called Visenia, and it's an instrumental band from multiple parts of the world.
Yeah.
And he's also
That's
a content
sick.
creator on YouTube. You guys should check it out.
We will.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and he's put out his first, I think not the first EP, his previous EP called Nostalgia last year. It's a 6-track EP, and that's how we got to know each other, and that's when we worked together first. Then he did his 2 singles. One is called Shadow, and
sick.
It's been dude. He put out the previous EP exactly 1 year ago. Today, last year. It's been 1 year.
Wow. Dude, congratulations.
Awesome. Congrats.
And thanks for joining us. How's the lockdown treating you? How's it there in Italy?
You know, it's pretty much a different reality right now. I can adapt to. Well, I mean, actually, it's not that different from me since I'm quite used to stay at home anyway. So, you know, I have some time to work on music, to get creative, and besides, I'm kind of used again to stay at home. So it's not that different for me. Of course, it has impacted me on many things, especially work. I'm still able to do, you know, lessons on Skype and stuff. So it's not that bad for me. But actually, for other people, I understand it's really you know, good thing.
So how did you guys meet? How did Sohail and you meet? How did your collaboration start?
I found him because of Roberto Granados, which is another guitarist in the prog scene, and he used to do artwork for him, and yeah, that's just how I got in touch. And I think we work nice together. He's really, you know, patient with me, so it's great.
So how was it working with someone from a different time zone and a different culture?
Yeah, I mean, I do this basically all the time right now. As Sohail said, I work with the guys from Visenia, and we are in different countries. So
yeah.
And then, you know, Skype lessons, I often have to work with people from different time zones, and it's a mess to like coordinate everything, like the different time zones. It happened many times that I like mess up the meetings because of the time zones, but yeah, you kind of have to get used to it. And yeah, working with Sohail is actually it's great. I mean, you know, he has again, he's really patient because I'm kind of picky with what I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
So I can be quite stressful, I guess, to work with. But he's great. And
Sohail, what do you have to say for this?
yeah,
I mean,
what do you have
he
to
said
say?
no.
Put him on the
For
spot.
me, no, for me, I think Giuseppe has been one of the easiest client to work with because he's creative as well. So it's not very hard for me. Although it takes time sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's not very hard. He gets what I'm doing and I understand what he is. So we are on the same page, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Anything
Yeah,
that
that's
works
cool.
out for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, Giuseppe, Sohail had told us that you've been to NAM 2020 earlier this year, convention like any musician would really want to go to, and we've never been there, but we want to know how the general vibe was and about the artists you met and all the gear that you're excited about.
Yes. Well, it was obviously an amazing experience, and yeah, I went there with with a bunch of people that I already know on the internet.
Yeah.
It was a great time. I had fun, and also I had the chance to build some nice connections with
Oh, that's awesome.
some people. Everybody in Vietnam, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
meet literally everybody. It's like
Yeah.
your whole Instagram feed in real life.
Yeah.
And so it's nice, of course, to do networking and to connect with people, people that otherwise you won't be able to see.
yeah.
It was amazing. The gear, I was mainly in the guitar zone,
Yeah.
so I tried. I spent most of the time trying different guitars,
Okay.
like the famous brands that I never really had the chance to try, like Bayoness, Strand
Yeah.
guitars,
Yeah, yeah.
and I had some bad surprises actually with some of the brands that I thought would be really great, but actually, sometimes you just have to try the instruments to really see what is for you.
Yeah.
And I think overall the impact was really overwhelming.
Okay.
It's like everything is super big, everything has a lot of people, and it's like constantly meeting, and it's a bit tricky actually for someone introverted like I am. I'm quite an introvert, so it was definitely something out of my comfort zone,
Okay.
but at the same time really, really amazing, and I had fun, so it was great.
Okay, finally, we've got a very interesting question for you. All of us over here, we absolutely adore and love pizza. And as an Italian, it was only fair if we asked you this question. What is your opinion on pineapple pizza? Pineapples on pizza?
I'm glad you asked, honestly. So here's the thing. Pineapple has nothing to do with pizza. It never
You
had
heard it
anything
here!
And it will never have. So honestly, I don't understand why this became a thing. It's such a wrong thing. Like, no. And I'm sure every Italian guy will answer this. So
Yeah.
don't do that. Just don't.
You heard it here.
If you're thinking of adding pineapple to your pizza, please stop. Okay.
Right now.
And Giuseppe, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time. And before leaving, so do you want to talk about the things that are going on in your life right now?
Yeah. You mean like new releases, new music?
Yeah,
Yeah, new
for sure.
releases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on a lot of projects actually right now, a lot of different projects. Again, with the guys from this area, we're working on music. We don't really have any release schedule, but we are working hard on some new material, which is actually turning out very good. Then I have an EP, which the one that Sohail did the artwork for, which is something very different from everything I did so far. It's gonna have vocals, and it's kind of a different genre of music. I'm kind of changing style a bit, so this is like a transition moment.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be out next month. I think June 15th, if I remember correctly. And then like a single before that, I think early June, you're gonna hear something about it. Hopefully,
we can't wait. Yeah,
you like it.
Looking forward to it.
So all of you guys watching this video, definitely go check out Giuseppe. We'll put his socials. And can't wait for your new EP. And thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, Seppi.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. What do you think about the music community in Chennai?
See, I think we spoke about it earlier, but like I said, people, the younger generation, the younger crowd in Chennai, they just started going out. It's just not for gigs, but they just started hanging out with friends often outside at nights and stuff like that. And this is very new to our culture because we weren't, we weren't used to stuff like this. And but this is not the case in Bombay or Bangalore. And right now, whenever people they come out, they prefer hanging out as friends because they come out not often. They come out only once in a while, and you don't want to. So imagine if I go out right now, I'll prefer hang out with my friends, which is a different set of musicians. And the same thing with the old school metal crowd in Chennai. And I think that creates a gap between two zones. The younger upcoming bands, they don't hang out with the older musicians, and it's the same way with them as well. And I think that's why we don't the younger generation, the new age bands, they don't know much about the bands which existed before 2000 or 2002 or something, when there were bands like Grey Shack.
I think 2010.
No, even before that, before that, when you were in school, there were bands like Goldfish, Grey Shack, a bunch of bands, and there was one more band called Jin's Lament or stuff like that. All these new people, they don't know about them, and it's the same thing with them as well. I mean, if you ask the members of Grey Shack and all, they won't know the new bands which exist now, all the college bands. So yeah. But I mean, you can't blame anyone, but it's just that we are getting used to it. It's getting better, and we'll get better eventually.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, Jitesh, this way he's been very useful. Back in 2018 or until 2019, he owned a jam pad in Kodambakam, and all the bands which existed back then and which were growing, they prefer jamming there because we're more comfortable to jam at who's already a musician. He was already made it in the scene. And when I was there in a band, when I used to play for a metal band, I used to go jam there. And although Jitesh is not a metal musician, he used to come to us and he used to just guide us. He used to give us tips on how to present ourselves professionally on stage and how to approach different venues or what all you can do to build your skills and your audience and stuff like that. And this doesn't happen often. No other member from the previous generation of the music scene does that. There are hardly 2-3 people who just approach the younger crowd. And yeah, the understanding is still not yet there, but it's growing. It's getting better.
Yeah, because I remember when jamming there, he used to have. I don't know if he remembers or not, but like he used to talk to us and stuff. So yeah.
He used to. He used to.
We
tell
used
us
to
stuff
jam
like he used to just invite us. He'll be like, "You don't have to jam. Just come and chill." because whenever I used to go, there'll be other people as well. Godfrey, the guitarist, and there'll be other people as well. So it's a good place to network. It's a good place to know the people who are following the scene and grow together.
Yeah.
Stevie, do you remember he put a
Yeah,
band?
it used to
picture
be
on the
one
wall?
of our favorite jam pads.
So you've been in a band yourself, and you've also been promoting bands. So what do you think that what are the things that few bands or like more in general that they fail to do when approaching a venue or trying to put themselves out?
It's just not for the bands. I mean, to
Or artists,
or yeah. It's just
Yeah.
not about them getting a gig. As in, the things I've noticed a lot of bands fail to do is to promote themselves well. As in, and there are a lot of good bands who when they're in college, they'll play a few shows, make some money through the competitions, and then that's it. Nothing goes beyond that. And I think people should start taking it seriously. I mean, it's okay to not take music as a full-time job. As in, you can still be working somewhere and still play music, but then you have to be more creative to compete, because right now, and because of the internet, and there are so many venues, there are so many competitions, and it's a good market out there. We need to be one step ahead of all the people out there, and you need to do creative stuff. You need to be you need to have your own aesthetic. You need to build your own brand. So basically, if you own a band, it means you own a business. Creativity is secondary. First thing is you need to learn how to promote. You need to know how to market yourself. You need to know who to contact to. And of all the things, firstly, you need to know how to network. And networking, as in, you need to network with the right people, be it promoters, venues, or anyone. You need to learn how to ask anyone, even the mail ID. There's a certain way to approach someone, and people don't do that. What all these bands, which I know, or at least through my experience, what I have seen is that they just ask the fellow musicians. They'll ask them, "How did you get this gig?" Imagine if I ask Stevie, he'll tell me his opinion, but that might not be the right thing. That might not be the same position for me as well. So we need to, dig deep into this thing, and we need to be very serious about it, because whatever even simple stuff like whatever you're saying online is going to be reflected as your brand, because you're saying something under your band's name, and whatever you say is going to be there forever. So we need to notice all the small detailings and simple stuff like like how you set up your sounds, or just mailing. How do you mail, and if you have a website ready, or how is your portfolio, how good is it?
Yeah, so how do you think bands and artists should be approaching promoters?
The way I think, if I start a band right now, and if I have to approach any promoter, even before approaching promoter, I'd love to attend more gigs, socialize, so that at least I'll make 5 friends, because it's not a hard thing to get a gig, but getting people to your gig it matters more. And imagine, from the business point of view, the venue is going to notice how much money they're making through your gig. So you need to be successful as well. So if you want to approach to a promoter, first attend their shows. And if you are a promoter, I'd love to come to your shows, at least 5 shows. I'll see what you expect, what sort of quality you expect, and I need to stand to it. And then eventually, if I'm meeting you 5 times, it's not going to be hard for me to get your number and just directly send you my stuff. So first thing is networking, because if you don't know me, you won't be comfortable giving me gigs. So first thing is networking. Attend as many shows as you can, even if it's small band, even if it's indie gig, metal gig, wear leather jackets, do whatever you want, but just keep attending gigs, make friends. Shout out Arman.
But how do you approach promoters from outside your city?
Socialize, get to know, add on Facebook, start talking, and never the first message shouldn't be either your music's link, or you can't just ask it to give you. You need to create an impression, because it's not going to stop with just gigs. You'll have to build a relationship. You can't just stop bro. You need to keep growing together.
I think that makes sense.
Definitely.
Speaking of approaching promoters, we talk a lot about how important a press kit is, and how the visuals in a press kit matter a lot. And you've made quite a few press kits yourself for a lot of bands all over the world. how do we make a press kit, and what are some of the things that are expected in a really good press kit?
So if you actually think about if you actually think about the quality of the press kit or the usage, it's not basically to get the gig, because even bigger bands like I've seen Interval's press kit. I mean, Intervals is huge. You don't have to prepare a press kit for that. But the other hidden reason, I don't think any band knows this. Other reason why you need a press kit is because um, just assume you are a band. Nobody wants to play at fandom, and the fandom's owner, he doesn't know who nobody is, and he needs to see your history. He needs to see your achievement in a printed format. This is for him, not for the organizer or promoter or anything. So this is where we'll have to be very very tricky, because we need to know what has to be in. You can't just paragraphs, because he doesn't have time to read all these things. You'll have to put your previous shows, if you have awards, you'll have to put there, and you'll have to mention your links. I'll just show you one of the press kit I made recently.
Okay.
This band it's the post-rock band from Bombay, and Rahi. So I helped them grow their brand identity, and I did their previous first album's artwork, which was one, I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one with
this is the press kit I worked on. So first thing, the goddess, the controversial artwork. So anyway,
nice.
So this is the press kit. The first thing, the introduction page, is basically your band logo. If possible, if you have a never put content. I mean, images or anything which is not of good quality. It's fine to have it's fine to not put any pictures rather than putting any
bad pictures.
Photograph pictures. Yeah, because it shows your quality. Just put the logo. It's fine. So this band, they're huge in the Hindi music scene, because they've opened for bands like Local Train or all those Hindi bands. They've toured Delhi, Bangalore, everywhere. So first thing is your logo and the picture. Then comes a little brief, very little about the band. So it's basically what the music is, what Rahi means, and their history. It's a 4-piece rock band. And if you have any releases, just mention the releases. If you want to put the artwork of the album, you can just put it here. But then they have very cool pictures. Other reason why I put this picture is because look at the crowd. So the band, it looks promising, because imagine you seeing this if you're a promoter and you're seeing a band on stage with about 500 to 700 people in the crowd.
Yeah,
that's the selling point. It's one of the USPs. True. Then your highlights. So you don't have to mention date or anything. Don't go in detail. It's fine. Just mention the history of shows. Don't mention all the shows. Just mention the important shows. So you can see these bands have played with really really cool artists like Raghu Dixit, Javitali, and very cool venues, colleges. So just mention that. Then always keep your brand identity happening. Maybe in terms of pictures or fonts, colors. Just make it look like one set. Then more highlights. Again, you can see the picture here. The vocalist Anshul is on stage. Again, there's crowd there. The security here. All that stuff, and they always have a separate tab for music. Just add the logos. Right now, I have not hyperlinked them, but instead of adding the link or any description, just you can click on the link, and then the logo, and it will take you to the Spotify, your Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Places. And if you have music videos, add them separately. Your socials, which is the last always, and if possible, if you want to have separate contact list for this, add it in the end.
Okay.
And
we're going to link Sohail's all socials, so you guys can go contact him for all of your band needs. You guys on it.
Okay, all the bands checking this out, please make note of this.
Definitely, this is
contact
really
me.
useful stuff.
Contact me.
Let's talk about #AtLeastCool. What's the scene, bro?
As an N7 weekender. It wasn't my idea.
And where did it start? How did it start?
Yeah. So this keeps happening with NH7 every year. Whenever they put out the lineup, no one is happy about it. They keep complaining because we forget our standards. We don't know what we deserve. We keep asking for more. And so this time, what happened?
As in India in general,
But again, I've noticed this with NH7 because NH7 is only, I don't know if it's the only festival which happens in 4 different locations, like Shillong, I think 3 or 4, I don't know, but I've noticed this enough.
2 now, no?
Yeah.
It's become 2 now.
And this doesn't happen with VH1 Supersonic or any other festival. I mean, people, they'll shit about the lineup, but then they'll be okay with it eventually. But these guys on NH7's page, they keep expecting bigger bands. Like this time, I think when they announced some foreign band. I don't remember who. And then the first comment, not the first comment, but the popular comment on Instagram, the same post was, "We deserve better artists and we deserve at least Tool." And back then, it didn't sound funny for me, but this wasn't even my idea. I was just taking screenshots and sending it to Arman. And Arman, being the meme lord, he's like, "Bro, why don't we just start a page?" And we weren't even serious. We didn't know it'll blow up. So I was like, okay, fine, let's just do it. But we made sure we were very tempted not to post anything against the festival because honestly, we're not posting anything against the festival, it's against just the people. We created the page, and first 2 days, I think we got around 500 to 700 likes.
Whoa.
And we from there onwards, I didn't create any content. I was just taking screenshots and cropping them and posting them, and that's it. Right now, I think we have about 1,000 likes, and from there now the hashtag is famous all over the country. So everyone in the music scene are aware of the hashtag. At least, remember when we announced intervals, there's a bunch of psychos who were expecting animals as leaders. They were not happy with intervals.
Okay.
And I'm very sure if animals as leaders are, when they come to India, people will ask for some other band. So this is going to be, even if you bring Tool, they'll ask for some other band. So
what are some artists in India that you want to work with?
I don't know. I think there are a lot of bands I need to explore. I haven't listened to a lot of bands. I just know that they exist on Facebook, Instagram, but I'm very sure they are serious about what they're doing. But I can't be picky right now because I love all the bands in India, equal respect to all of them, except for the ones who are fine, whatever.
Very
but if you want me to if you want me to pick few bands from India, I think first thing, I've been trying to work with this band called Anthracite from Bombay.
Oh yes.
I love the band, and we had this talk. When I went to Bombay last year, and twice last year, I spoke to the bassist. I think he's the guitarist. His name is Deep, the guy with long hair. So I told him, if you ever feel like rebranding or any design stuff, I'd love to work with you guys. But even they had the same thing in mind. Even they want to work with me, but we're just waiting for the right time and the right thing to hit it, because even the band have been, even they are devising things to the same time. And apart from Anthracite, I'd really love to work with Mali. I love her music, and I think I can do a better job if I work with Mali.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Mali, if you're watching this, what's the difference in working with international artists and Indian artists?
There are so many differences. I've worked with a lot of small artists, small bands who are just picking up, not in India, I mean abroad, and it's like two sides of a coin. The way you handle Indian bands and the way you handle international bands is totally different, because I think when I work with international artists, I don't have limitations. They'll be like, go crazy, and which is a huge advantage for me, because I have an ocean. I can pick what I want, and I don't have to limit to certain things. And the way they treat me when I press the first draft itself, it's a huge thing. They treat me like a king. They'll be like, dude, this is lovely, but we'd like to see other options and stuff like that. But the level of respect you get from Indian bands is not that, because again, like I said, the value for art, the visual art in India, it's not as good as the value for visual art outside India. So still, it's not bad at all, but I'm saying it's fun to work with international artists as well. And there was one time I worked with this artist, producer, I mean guitarist from, I think he's US or UK. He's from US, and I did his album artwork, and then later on, it took me about 2 weeks to finish the project, and I never take advance. I never took advance before. I just started taking advance now. And he asked me, how do I pay? How is supposed to pay me? I gave me the details. He sent me money, he sent me more money. He sent me extra money, like a tip. And I've never experienced something like that in my life. Like, from any band or brand or anyone. That's very kind of him. His name is Roberto. You can check out his stuff. He goes by the name The Halcyon Effect. And I asked him, I told him, you don't have to send it to me. I told him I'll send it back. He's like, it's fine, dude. You've worked more than you've promised. So more things like this will push me and make me want to do more.
That's awesome.
So guys, if Sohail is working for you, you gotta pay him extra.
Only very few people who are killing it in the scene. And for this particular reason, I'd really like to appreciate as we keep searching, because they are like the pioneers of marketing. They're just killing their marketing game. They come up with different stuff. They have their own clothing brand called Zia. I think no one's printed notepads before, and they're doing it. And even the music is damn good, and it's crazy. They're just expanding themselves, not just as musicians, but also like businessmen. And the quality of the content they put and everything else is damn good.
Okay, Sohail. So we're gonna ask you the last question for this interview. Who was the first artist you worked with?
Can I swear?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, nobody.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. It's almost as if we opened your career.
This was. But I'm sorry to disappoint. But
not almost as if.
No.
Most definitely.
No, I think I've worked with one artist before that, but it didn't. I mean,
Doesn't count.
No. Out and everything. But the album, which was supposed to come out, it never happened. So literally, I mean, I'm not even considering that. So which means nobody was the first band. And,
You're
and I don't
welcome.
think you. I don't think you work with different designer as well.
Yeah, that's also true.
You're welcome.
Sohail's
Go to.
You guys should check out Sohail's Instagram feed. It's like it's a work of art. You guys should go check it out. It's really like
it's damn cool.
you can see he's put his heart and soul into it. And for all your design needs, you guys can definitely call Sohail. So Sohail, thanks for joining. Thanks for spending time.
Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Yeah.
This was fun.
So on behalf of the band, we thank you.
Yeah, and I hope
am I supposed to thank you all?
watching this. No. Maybe. Yes.
If you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope everybody watching this take home something very valuable from this conversation.
Definitely.
And yeah, thanks again for joining us, Sohail. All right, cool.
Guys, go and follow Sohail all on his every socials everywhere.
Socials.
And like this.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
Like this video, sub to our channel. We have more content coming out.
We'll put everything in the description. Make sure you do all that good stuff. Okay, Sohail. Imagine we're in the same room and we have a big budget with like 3 cameras. Okay, this camera. What's going on in your life right now?
Right now, I'm working on some promotional material for Giuseppe's release. Then I'm working on a lyric video for Siddharth Nair. His song Stay is gonna be out, and I'm working on the animation for it. And I'm working with a killer brand, not a band, it's a brand. I'm working on something for them, which I can't talk about it right now. Hope that goes well. And there are like 2-3 other pitch projects I've been postponing for a while. I need to finish that, and I think I have 2-3 other pending works. So yeah, a lot of stuff.
Okay, busy man during quarantine.
Yeah, thanks for taking time and joining us.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sohail. Bye-bye.
Are we done? Bye.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Bye.
I want to scratch my balls.
Okay. Bye.
No! Stop! Somebody